What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jeremy from Super Social Club. What's going on?
All right, so this bad boy tonight looks very Christmassy. I think, like the box.
It looks like a gift.
It looks like a gift, like already packaged for you, ready to go. Comes with this little like case.
Yeah, no, see this, I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a lock for the case,
Well,
so
I
that
think
you
it's
can't
supposed to-
slide it out. It's like a child lock.
I mean, I think it's supposed to represent like the barrel like bung,
The bung, yeah. Which is always a weird word. How was the breakfast jam? Go Habs was one of the dudes that was early this morning, wondering where the hell I was. But in true Whiskey in the Six fashion, I accidentally left it at AM instead of PM. And that's just how I do, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how I do. So it is what it is, but beautiful presentation, and let's move on to this beautiful whiskey. That's the same as the 25-year-old, and the 21-year-old has that.
I love the boxes, like the little magnetic little clip.
Yeah, so then this slides right out, and it has like a little pedestal that it with like the details on it. Comes of age at Glengoyne, Scotland.
What does this mean? Here's read that.
Glen of the Wild Geese. That's their like slogan. Yeah, that's their slogan.
That's cool.
So we got a bunch of people already in the chat. We got Loch Ness. We got Whiskey Throttle, Christine Deems, Eric Waite, and Habs. We got Matthew Waters. What's up, everybody? Nice to see you this evening. We're pretty excited about this. Unboxing, uncorking. It's not going to be an official review.
Both of those things.
Yeah. We're going to probably record an official review right after together. And then what we decided is we might do like alternate endings, like a movie. Like it's crazy. Alternate endings where I would reveal my score on my channel, and then we flip over to his channel and reveal his score, or you would have to flip over to his channel. So there it is, guys. 30 years old. Mostly, or not mostly, a good portion of first fill casks go into this, and some refill casks as well, all sherry. And the reason they did that is because it's 30 years old, and 30 years old in a first fill would be probably a little too much.
Depends.
It depends, but I mean, you rarely see them go past 25 years, if that far.
Yeah.
With just one first fill barrel, or just first fill barrels anyway. Only 6,000 bottles, which I think is pretty significant because it sounds like a large number, but that spread globally is a very, very small number, especially if you see like the amount of people that are in this hobby nowadays. Right.
Yeah. I mean, for an official release, I guess 6,000 would be on the lower end.
Yeah, I would think so.
Well, if you look at like Macallan, like obviously their reach is huge, right?
I think the plan is that they're gonna try to remake this every year.
Right.
But then again, it's 2018 and we haven't seen a new bottle yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That could be just rumor. We're gonna open it, pour it, and then we're gonna enjoy our Highland Park 15 that we poured.
We got Highland Park 15 going right now.
Graham Young is saying, "Oh my God, the 30 years old so dark is so dark."
Yeah, it is. Oh, that's a nice pop.
That was really nice. Like a nice fresh cork. Pretty solid. Got like golden metallic weight to it.
It's got some weight.
Yeah. I'll let you go with the I sip and I know things glass.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you. Now we're gonna let these just sit for a bit. finish off our little Highland Park. So this one, like they always say, it's discontinued, but you can still find this on shelves in the States pretty regularly. I still see it on sites.
Yeah. A while ago it was like $80 American.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's gone up in price a little bit.
I think I paid 70, maybe less than that, maybe 70.
So let's see what you guys are doing. Oh, by the way, and how rude of us. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to all our American friends.
Yeah, I mean, my channel, 60% of my viewers are from the US. And if I didn't say happy Thanksgiving to you guys, I'd feel pretty terrible. And I almost forgot there because I actually got to work in the morning. But
you mean go shopping?
Honestly, I always thought that the Americans do it right.
Well, yeah, I always liked American Thanksgiving because you get a full day of football.
Full day of football. So the Wednesday night you go out and party.
Party Wednesday night.
Right? You party Wednesday night. The next day you got a full day of football. You eat like kings. You have time with your family. You relax, enjoy, whatever.
Yeah.
Then you have Friday off.
Friday off to spend all your money.
Friday you go spend all your money on Black Friday.
Yeah.
A lot of people get into some fights. But
people are trampled. It's a good time.
All in all, it's a good time.
Yeah.
Then you have like the Saturday and Sunday to return your stuff if you have buyer's remorse, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
Right. And then you go back to work Monday.
Then Cyber Monday, then you buy all your stuff online.
Right. Right. And you buy back all the stuff that you returned because you
find a better
returner's remorse.
Right.
We got Marco DG in the chat. What's up, brother? That's our boy Marco.
Oh, Marco, what's up, dude?
Joe Mez, Cobra Jet Joe, how's it going? The Mash and Drum Jason, how's it going, brother? So Christine shops online mostly, she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Steve A in the chat.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out and risk those crowds. I mean, unless you're getting like a doorstop or something that you really need, you know.
Yeah, what for now? Like, nowadays, like,
it's true.
Black Friday starts like last month.
Right.
Like literally, like
well, even in Canada, we have Black Friday sales.
Yeah,
it's like
we have it's just retail trying to.
It's just marketers being like, why don't we have Black Friday in our Canada store too? It's like, okay.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the markup is madness.
Yeah. On
these retail products. Yeah. So. Yeah. Really good stuff.
I like this Highland Park.
I don't think I've had a Highland Park I was like, nasty, get it away from me. You know what I mean? Like, I've never had a bad Highland Park. I've had some okay Highland Parks. This would probably be like in the range of like, I don't know. I think I like the 12 a little bit better than this one. Maybe the 12 is a little less sherried.
Yeah.
It's a little less peated, maybe.
I like this one more.
I like the peat. I like the peat on this one.
This one seems like it has more peat.
Definitely has more peat.
It might have the same level of peat as like the 10. I think the 10.
You're right. I think you're right there. The 21 has the most salinity. I think that's the right word. Sodium.
You mean saltiness? It tastes salty, yeah.
Yeah.
I still like the 25.
The 25 is amazing.
Yeah.
It's just when you compare, so for 4 more years, you're paying in Ontario anyway, another $500 or no, $400.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money for 4 years. I think. Yeah. I think the 21 is like, if you had them blind, I think you would have a hard time picking a favorite out of those two.
I would love to try that.
I would too. I don't have either of them anymore.
Where's your 21?
The 21 I split with Paulo. So I got it to the halfway point and then I had to ship it out. And the 25 I destroyed.
Yeah, you crushed it.
I crushed that. Yeah. So yeah, we got some friends in the chat tonight.
Yeah, all the big hitters back again.
Yeah, we got Chad Adams. What's going on? The 15 is bourbon barrels, he's saying. So I that's got to be some sherry influence because there's no way, knowing Highland Park, they don't add any color to their whiskey. There's no way a bourbon barrel would be that dark unless it's like.
It's got to be a mix. I think all of them are mixed.
I think they're all a mix.
Right.
This is 43%, which is awesome. Better than 40%, that's for sure. I will say though, I feel like the 12 is a touch smoother.
This one has a little more like oomph to
like
it.
A kick to it.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it's only 43%.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice. Oh, I want to know actually now. I'm gonna message my buddy Cam, see if he knows the answer to that.
Do a head-to-head with the HP 30 versus Glengoyne 30.
Okay, Marco, you bring over your HP 30.
Mhm.
You crack it open.
Yep.
And we will definitely do that. Insectica in the house.
Hey, what's going on?
She misses you.
Yeah.
She missed you
No,
today.
she doesn't.
No?
Well, yeah.
She got the house to herself. Her and the cat.
Her and the cats, plural.
Oh, cats plural. Sorry.
Yeah, we have a few.
That's all right. So you guys are cat people.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing against dogs. I love dogs too. It's just
Mhm.
a cat's easy to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can leave the house for a night and you know they're gonna be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Marco said he can't. He's working. He's watching us while he's working. That's a pretty
Nice.
good job. You can.
I watch a lot of live shows when I'm at work.
I don't know if you should say that on a public
Yeah,
chat forum.
it's fine.
Your boss might be watching.
It's fine.
It'd be cool if your boss was watching, or anybody else from.
Yeah, well, there's
place.
some people from work. I mean, Jesse is a good friend of mine. He watches from work. I don't know if he's working tonight or not. He
What's
might
up,
be.
Jesse?
He might be in the chat.
So, I got a quick disclaimer. I still, from the live we did together, Dram Dude, I still got to send them a sample. And this is madness because it's been like a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah, he's probably waiting on that. What is this?
Okay.
What's the sample of?
Well, I said it was just going to be an A+ sample.
Okay.
So I actually promised him one of the Springbanks back there. And then another guy, Jason Fisk, I don't know if he's in the chat lingering around somewhere, but I also promised him a sample. So I got to send that out. I had some stuff that I got to send out, like merch. So like a lot of people are wondering why I haven't done my coins yet. And I saw Eric Waite's coins and they're pretty badass. Like he's got these like gold coins. They look like really heavy. I don't know. I haven't seen them yet, but Eric Waite's coins are really, really nice. So guys, if you haven't already, hit up Eric Waite, try to buy a coin off of him. I'm going to do a coin eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to have done it already, but I just haven't had the chance. I just haven't had and I don't have the time. I don't want to commit to like, first of all, it takes a lot of organization. You got to organize like from 1 to like whatever, 300, let's say.
Yeah.
So that's a logistical nightmare for me because
to ship them out, you're talking about.
No, like to ensure that everybody that orders the specific number they want gets the number they want.
Yeah.
So that's, like I said, that's a logistical nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not the most organized guy in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
you know this.
I'm still waiting on my hat. And those new Rockline shirts that I designed for you.
So I actually totally forgot about both of those things. And if we hadn't had this conversation, then we wouldn't have been able to read that. But yeah, 15 going for you.
I like this a lot.
Graham Young is saying cats take care of themselves, as they would eat us if we were smaller. Indeed, they would. Actually, I think there's been some cases of people like cats eating their dead owners when like
everyone says that. Everyone says that, and we actually we talk about that sometimes. It's like, oh, if we died in the apartment, the cats would eventually just eat us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wonder how many days they would go hungry before they start to like bite your face a bit.
I think it would be like day 1.
I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
Day 1?
Day 1, man. They're relentless, vicious creatures.
No.
I love cats, but like I don't know. The Whiskey friend, what's up, buddy? Dennison Kidney, how are you? John Belushi's in the house. You Canucks don't eat turkey today, eh? You know what? My sister-in-law is from Florida, and every year since she married my brother, my wife and I and my brother and my sister-in-law, we make sure that we have an American Thanksgiving. Malted in Montreal. Swami, what's up? Thank you very much for the super chat, brother. Cheers. He's saying
we are the cutest couple since Bert and Ernie. Thank you.
Since Bert and Ernie. I almost have the unibrow that Bert has. Actually, my eyebrows are just thick, not uni. But 2 very thick brows as opposed to
we could have done that for Halloween, like a Halloween live show.
Maybe we will.
Let's do that.
Let's keep that in mind.
2019.
There we go. Anyway, so back to my story. So we do celebrate American Thanksgiving with my sister-in-law. But this year they were actually busy tonight and we were a little bit busy tonight. So we flipped it to the Friday instead. So we'll be celebrating tomorrow, with she's a vegetarian. So tomorrow it's at their house this year. So they're making a turkey anyway, but she won't be enjoying any of that.
Tofurkey.
Yeah.
Right.
Tofurkey.
Tofurkey.
I guess that's how you would say it. Swami with the wrench. He hasn't taken advantage of it yet. I gotta say, he's been pretty responsible. It's like giving the bully the power to like discipline the students. They actually like sometimes rise to the occasion.
Right, and they're like, okay, I need to do a good job of this. So
that's right. The teacher trusts me.
Curtail my behavior.
That's right.
And set an example.
Not a boy, Swami. We're proud of you. We're proud of you. You're all grown up.
Meanwhile, you'll see like that's crazy. Timed out 500 seconds.
That's crazy. Hasn't been in the chat since Swami jumped in, got the wrench. So that probably has a lot to do with it. I'm just waiting for Daniel.
Yeah. Lock that guy out. So how long are we going to let this sit for before we can,
I mean, like now.
Okay.
Actually, can you just pass me a bottle of water over there? All right. So yeah, we're gonna nose this now. So I always get nervous at this part, where you spend a lot of money on a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
You've been like dreaming about this bottle since like you heard about it.
Yeah.
And then now's the time. Like I haven't even taken a whiff. I was afraid to even smell it.
Yeah.
Now's the time where your first like exposure, and like it's almost like a blind date. Like
yeah,
you saw some pictures.
Yeah.
It looked pretty good.
Right.
On the website.
They always look better in the picture. When you see them in real life, and then you're just like, okay.
All right. And then you got to kind of like undress it a little bit.
You're
to
like,
figure out where we're at with this.
You got 25 more ounces of this to go.
Crazy analogy right there. And we're still sober, guys. We're still sober.
We're drunk with anticipation.
That's right. That's right. High on excitement.
Well, think about like cracking a bottle for the first time, and like look at that Booker's Rye. Like when we cracked it, it was good,
it was good, but then you said it got way better.
Unbelievable, like how much it opened up and how many more flavors you're getting.
And that's the problem with pouring samples on night one, especially if you like pour it like so there's zero oxygen that can get into that little sample.
Sure, yeah.
So it's like having it on night one all over again when you have it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we got to rethink our strategy here. I don't know, but then the problem is like we get to see each other every 2 weeks, or once a month.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to give out samples. High on legal Canuck cannabis. You know what? I have not purchased any legal cannabis yet.
Neither have I.
No?
No.
I don't know. I've never been a fan. Like even in high school, I was never a huge fan. Cracking a 30-year-old deserves a super chat.
Hey.
Joel, thank you so much, brother.
Cheers.
Really appreciate that. Thank you very much, brother. Part of our virtual dram, a virtual dram that like subsidizes some of this, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, like 1/100th.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks so much, buddy. So actually, speaking of which, I think what's gonna happen next week is I want to do a live for patrons only. All right. So like I'm your Patreon.
I'm your patron.
Yeah. So I think it would be cool to do that. If maybe not next week. If we can get the next time we can get together, we'll do one for them. I think that would be a cool idea because they pay to get a little something.
Right.
Yeah. So let's do that next time.
Get something special.
Yeah. And guys, I don't know about you, but I was a big fan of the Sip and Die hat, and apparently he's not producing too many of these hats. So I was pretty disappointed.
I got my the Toronto Wolfpack. You know the Wolfpack, our rugby team.
Oh, your rugby team.
Well, Toronto's rugby team. Yeah.
That's actually a nice hat.
It is a nice hat.
That's a nice hat. It's
they
a cool like.
They have a good merch.
Yeah. Pay for play. Interesting. Go Habs is saying, what size is that shirt? Your arms are looking huge. Okay, so I'm gonna quick story and then we're gonna get into the Glengoyne 30. Guys, I hope you just hang in there for a couple more seconds. So my daughter's first birthday was about a week and a half ago. 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, we had it at a play place, and this play place happened to have like a huge soccer field, huge like hockey rink, but like ball hockey rink, sorry. And then obviously for the kids, there was like a trampoline and like a climbing rope and the peg wall. And I do kickboxing 3 days a week, which is less than I used to do. I used to do like 5 days a week, sometimes 6. When I was training for the Ride to Conquer Cancer, I was training like 6-7 days a week. Anyway, long story short, I tried the peg wall and it kicked my ass.
Really?
It kicked my ass. Like I had no chance against the peg wall.
So you're suspended and you're just trying to move with the pegs.
So yeah, like if it was just like pegs on a wall and you got to climb it, I would have been fine. But the problem was I gassed like every time I tried to bring, like you got to get in this like little hole, but like literally hold yourself up and then like get yourself in.
Right.
So like I did that twice, and then like I kept hitting wall and like falling, and then I would try again, go up twice, and then hit wall and fall.
Right.
And I was like, it was like it stressed me out. Like I was rattled for a week. So I'm like, I'm training for this peg wall. So
you're gonna go back there without your kids or anyone.
I'm going back there. I'll pay entrance, and I'm doing that peg wall, and that's it. That's like I've decided. That's so.
And go sober.
Yeah, absolutely. So moral of the story is find something that kicks your ass and do whatever it takes to kick its ass back.
Fight it back. Yeah.
That's it. So
that's good life advice.
Yeah, find something that kicks your ass. Yeah, and you know what? Like, it was shocking to me because I take pride in like I work out a lot. Like I train, I push my body to like, and then my arms just weren't there. My back muscles just weren't there. Like I just couldn't do it. So I was like, all right, that's it. I gotta figure this out.
When your 1-year-old's laughing at you, you gotta get into shape.
Right. Shorter sleeves, bigger guns. Yeah, these sleeves are a little long, I guess. Multi Montreal is saying, I do special secret cam shows with pegs that only people can watch too.
Oh God.
That, you know what, Swami, that is your first warning with the wedge. That is your first warning. All right, let's do this. So let's admire this color for a second here. I mean, this is not going to be our first glass of this, let's be honest. Only glass, I mean.
Right. Yeah, that is. I mean, I'm just looking through the camera, and that looks really dark.
Okay, I just got to try something for a second here. Yeah, this might be this glass. Interesting.
Oh, man.
That's heavy sherry.
Yeah, that's just like rich.
Yeah, it's crazy dark. Okay, so can we tell them? Should we tell them?
About what?
About our other recent purchase?
Oh, yeah.
So we recently pooled some of our money together, and we're trying to get some other people involved in this because we are crazy, but we're not that crazy, I guess. We are crazy.
Yeah.
So we purchased the G&M Gordon MacPhail
Connoisseur's Choice
Mortlock. Sounds like something out of the Lord of the Rings. 1987.
Yeah, 31 years old, cask strength, second fill, sherry cask. We just think it's going to be like the best whiskey we've ever had.
Yeah, like we're convinced that it's going to be the best whiskey we ever had, but really, ultimately, well, now we've read some reviews, but originally what like enticed us about this bottle was it's like as black as Jeremy's hat. Like it's black. Like if you think this is dark, that's like tension. Like you can't see through it.
It's like the like Calavan colors.
Yeah.
Like those sherry casks look like Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And
it's a refill cask.
Right.
Like this is what I'm saying. Like imagine that was a first fill. Like what was in there? Like literally 3 days maybe?
Well, that's what the one guy said, right? Is like if this is a refill, what do they do? Like
a couple weeks?
Finish like a whiskey for like a week?
Yeah. So Whiskey Friend is saying bought 2 bottles of the Glengoyne teapot dram to oh man. So the Whiskey Friend is a new YouTuber, has a brand new channel, really cool guy. He's from the UK as well. I believe Ireland. Don't quote me on that. With the Whiskey Friend, please clarify that right now. I think it's Ireland, but I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll punch myself. But cool YouTube channel, so check him out. He just bought the Glengoyne teapot dram, And I honestly, have you tried that?
No.
It's incredible.
Glengoyne
Teapot Jam.
Teapot Jam.
It's a distillery exclusive.
Okay.
So it's such a good whiskey. Like I can't even describe it. It's just
Well, what is it? What is it? Is it like
it's basically like Glengoyne's version of a Solera cask, and then they just keep on like filling this like barrel, I guess, with sherried whiskey, and then there's like older whiskey and younger whiskey in there and whatever. And every year they come up with a different batch, so it's at batch 6 now.
That's cool.
So I would maybe he's from Scotland, then that would make more sense because you would have to go to the distillery to get it. So maybe I'm just an idiot. Sorry, the whiskey friend.
Well, if he's from Ireland, I mean, it's not that far, right? You can get over there.
I guess you could get over there too, but
yeah.
But I mean, we do weigh towards the idea that I'm an idiot as well. But this smells incredible. Okay, so 46.4%?
No.
46.8%. I'm not gonna add a drop because I feel like it might be blasphemy. Like it's already under 50%. I don't think we need to add it. Scottish living in Manchester. Okay, so maybe that's where I found like there was like a difference in the because like they pick up on each other's accents a little bit when they're, you know. So he's living in Manchester. You can buy it online. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, from the distillery probably. Okay, so that makes sense.
It might be one of those things where they only ship it like locally though. They might not ship overseas.
Huh. It's okay. So Roy told me about this before. He said that you can be from Scotland and like depending on where you are, you sound completely different. Which like I guess that makes sense. But it's such a small country. You
wouldn't it's the same with like English, right? Because like all those little areas in England and stuff, there's lots of different dialects.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, look at
even in I guess Canada a little bit.
Well, look at the States. You know, New York accent's a lot different than a state, 2 below it or whatever. Boston versus New York.
So Brad Murphy's saying, "Good day, Rob. Sorry I mucked up the time." You didn't muck up the time, Brad. It was this guy right here. I will take full responsibility for mucking up the time, my friend. I'm just a disaster on a good day, and I marked it as 8:30 a.m. as opposed to 8:30 p.m. God damn, this smells good.
So I'm not getting like that like musty kind of sherry that you sometimes get with older sherries.
What I'm shocked about is how fruity it is.
It's super fruity and it's a lot cleaner than I expected to be.
Yeah, like no off-putting like strong alcohol notes, which like is almost like something you'll get quite a bit from older whiskey.
I don't get any alcohol notes.
Yeah.
But it's like that like heavy like prune and figs for sure.
So yeah, people in Ontario sounds slower than people in Quebec. Cheers, whiskey friend. My pleasure, buddy. So Mark Saliba, I think I saw him earlier. Yeah, there he is. What's up, buddy? Man, this smells so good. I don't know if I want to take a sip yet. I think we're already a half hour in. I think it's time.
Go for it.
Cheers.
So writing my little pop-up thing, like give you a little something to read while we're sipping. Yeah, that's good.
Holy smokes. So I've had the Glengoyne 25-year-old.
Yeah.
And it's good stuff. It's, for me, it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be compared to like what everybody said about it. The fact that it's 25 years old compared to the fact that I love the 18-year-old. Really like the 21. I thought the 25 was going to be like this next level, like, my God. And it wasn't there for me. Like, it was good. It was super good. Like, it's like a 90 or whatever else, but something super special about this whiskey here. I don't know. You tell me what you think.
You can just like chew it forever.
I feel like I kind of want to be like a little horse looning here and just like slosh it through. Yeah, exactly.
That guy, man. You tried to like people were calling him out. He's like, that's how you sip whiskey. You just gargle it. Like I have to do it. That's the way I have to drink it.
Okay, so this bottle, like I said, there's only 6,000. Can Macallan 25-year-old be better than this?
Cool.
Can it be though? Like,
I mean, people love Macallan 25. I don't know.
I don't think it can.
The thing about like this is still like less expensive than Macallan 25.
A lot less. It's half the price.
Right.
It's half the price.
I think the only way you can figure it out is if you just try to blind, because
there's a bias. There's going to be a bias.
There's going to be a bias. This has like an elegance about it.
The nose is honestly incredible. It's fruity. It's like it's full bodied, but there's like no bite to it. Mm-hmm. So like you can stick your nose in the glass, you're gonna get everything pleasant. There's like, I want to say that something like almost vanilla-y in there as well, like creamy, like dessert like.
Yeah, like creme de brulee.
Yeah. And then the palate is even softer somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's surprising like how like elegant and soft and bold at the same time it is. Like the flavors are all very bold, but the overall like experience wasn't.
Oh my God, that's good. So, wow. It just gets better too. Like it's not getting. So, Swami, I'm actually a little bit lost for words because I'm like, wow. It's 100% sherry, but it's some first fill, like a good portion first fill, and the rest is refill. So it's
that's information you've got from
doing the research on this bottle.
Okay.
It doesn't say it on the actual.
No.
So matured in hand-selected sherry casks of exceptional character. That I will agree with. Mm-hmm. This is the taste of 30 years held in a single dram. I've heard people say that they like the 25-year-old better than this.
Really?
I think those people are on crack.
Right.
Those people are on crack. Yeah. Because you tried the 25-year-old, haven't you?
Yes, but it's been a while.
It's been a while. Like the 25-year-old is beautiful stuff.
Really nice.
But just like the buttery character of this one, the lack of like harsh note compared to the 25, like this is, oh man, I don't want to talk too much. It's just my first dram of it, but like I knew Swami was gonna call you out on that. It's creme brulee.
I said creme de brulee. It's like last time where I was like creme de la mint. It's like you added like an extra syllable.
You always add the in there.
Well, we both failed out of French after grade 9, so.
Yeah, well, I told you the story. My French teacher said, drop French in grade 10 and I'll pass you.
Yeah.
So, Malt Philistine says, cheers and happy Thanksgiving all. Just uncorked the bottle of the Bunnahabhain 21. I didn't even know they had a 21.
Doing 21.
But that sounds incredible. Cheers. Off. He's saying, enjoy the whiskey. Gotta go, lads. Working 5 hours. We'll catch the rest later. Cheers, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. And wow. Total Wine sells the 25 for $650 US and the 35 for 3,800. So the 35 is, I don't know. Like it was at like, have you ever seen it? It's like a decanter. No. It's like crazy nice looking. That's out of, That's a unicorn.
Right.
But this should be a unicorn, but we're crazy. I was having a conversation with Narby the other night.
Yeah.
So we actually had like a long conversation, and we're just chatting back and forth. He's like, dude, just be careful when you open that 30 because like you can't go back after this. Like you won't be able to go back after this. I'm like, so it's like the proverbial like red pill kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, yeah, like
yeah, and then you're gonna drink like, you know, a freaking Glendronach, like 21, and be like, yeah, it's not that good.
Yeah. And like I always wonder why they mark so like, you know, they're tough markers, but they've had some of the best whiskey you can ever have.
Yeah, I remember commenting in one of their videos. It was a Macallan Fine and Rare, like a 1965 rare, and they're like, yeah, like I need to get to the point where I'm marking Macallan for like 100 out of 100.
Yeah, exactly. Insectica is saying that she had a similar story in grade 9 about French. Cheers to that.
Yeah, people in like southwestern Ontario minus Quebec area or Ottawa area want to get rid of French as soon as we possibly can.
It as a teacher, I will say though, that is the #1 way to get a permanent position as a teacher in Ontario, like that.
Or government job.
Or government job.
Any government job, yeah.
So
you're bilingual for sure.
If you're smart, you'll hang on to it. If you're me, you'll drop it.
If you're me, it's like, you can't even do English right.
My God, this is good though. I don't know. Like,
okay, it's got like that like candied strawberry note that I freaking love.
I'm trying to think like the only. So I'm trying to compare it to something. And would I pick this up and say that this is 30 years old? I don't know if I would do that. Like I know I would say it's old.
It's got I
would say it's old. I would say it's got a nice ABV to it. I would say it's phenomenal. I don't know how old it tastes. Like I'm once you get past like 18 years old, 20 years old, it's difficult to determine.
It's also difficult because you're not drinking that much like 25-year-old plus whiskey.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I've probably had 10,
right,
maybe 12, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. So John is asking if I speak even Espanol, Roberto. I'm actually Italian, but I know a little bit of Spanish just because I worked landscaping as a university student.
Right.
And the guys that I worked with only spoke Spanish. So like I had to translate to my English speaking boss what they were saying, and I speak a little bit of Italian. So like it's like I don't know. It was ridiculous. But I learned a little bit of Spanish that summer for sure.
The only Spanish that I know is enough to get me by in a Mexican all-inclusive resort. Cerveza, por favor. That's it, really.
That's it, yeah. John Belushi's half Italian as well. Well, both my parents are Italian, but my family is from Bari. That's where my wife is from, actually. This one that the 25 does not have. Like this has got a really nice sweet note.
It's very sweet. Yeah. And it doesn't have that mustiness, that like musty sherry.
No.
Not at all.
It's incredibly balanced.
Yes.
Incredibly balanced.
Yeah. Steve A says he has a couple 18s, tasted a couple 25s, and have a bottle of 48. Wow. 48. What's the 48?
48 what? 48 what? That's what I want to know. Where is the library? Kevin Mayato is asking. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? He says that he's from Calabria, right? But whenever he says the word Calabria or Calabrian, he says it in the most like munja cake way you can ever say it. Glen Grant G&M bottling. Very
Wow, I bet
nice.
you that's good. So what year would that be distilled in? That would be like a 1960s, right? Or 1970s?
1970s, yeah. Early 1970s, maybe.
Everyone talks about how good scotch was when it was made in the 70s.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Distilled in the 70s. There it is, 1965. That's gotta be a freaking hell of a whiskey. You just crushed it? It is so drinkable. Like you can just drink this so quickly.
This is what I call it dangerous.
I had to like stop myself because I was like drink. I was like,
these bottles are dangerous. Like I'm trying to think of what I crushed like almost as fast. Probably the Balblair 1990 was the most comparable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Enoch 1975 was incredible, but there was notes to it that like didn't make it as incredible as this. I guess that's the best way to put it. Had a Lady Burn 1973 at a very nice tasting last weekend, and a Pidivac 30. Very nice, Graham. Steve A is saying, it's quite delicious. Only had one pour from it yet. It's going to be my birthday whiskey for the next several years. Very cool. You know what? I have no discipline, so I would never be able to do that. I would never be able to like something I really, really enjoyed, pour it once a year.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
No, I know you can't.
I definitely can't do that. There's no way I would ever do that. But you know, each their own. This guy could do it. This guy's got like quite a few bottles that have been around for a while.
Well, what I like to do is I like to have, my ones that are, expensive and whatever, and I bring those out once and again. And then I have lots of other stuff that's an everyday dram that you can just sit back and enjoy. This guy just has those, but he just gives them all to me or to other people. And then he doesn't have anything left. He's like, well, all I got is like amazing whiskey. So
I love this whiskey. I know you didn't.
Yes.
You liked it.
Yes, I like this is the 2018 and I liked it more than 2017.
I love the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit of a sucker for a nice bottle. But
yeah,
I feel like the whiskey is way better than last year's. Maybe not way better, but
well, I think it's I mean, what did I score it? I scored it 88.5 for this year and then 86, 87 for last year.
I went higher than that, I think.
Yeah, you went higher than that.
I think I gave it like a 91.
That's a big mark.
It was a big mark. And then like when you try stuff like this, it's like, well, then what do I score that?
That's why you can't go too high with your scoring, because then you've already scored something so high, and then you try something like this, and then you're just like, well, now there's no wiggle room between this and 100.
What did you give the Balblair up here?
I haven't reviewed that yet.
Oh, you haven't reviewed it yet?
I haven't reviewed it yet.
All right.
But the highest mark I've ever given was the review I did today. Without value. So,
and this is where like we talk about subjective like decisions and stuff like that is I recently put that in my overrated overpriced category, whereas Jeremy loved that stuff. Like that was one of the obviously that's the best whiskey you've ever tried.
Well, best whiskey that I've reviewed on my channel.
Well, that you reviewed on your channel.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've reviewed some pretty epic stuff on your channel already.
Well, my highest marks would be the Balvenie Ton 1401.
Mm-hmm. Which didn't it have like, which batch was that?
Batch 6.
Batch 6. Was it batch 6 or batch 8 that has the 40-year-old whiskey in it? Batch
3 has like the crazy fucking old stuff.
Okay.
Batch 6 is regarded as like one of the least liked batches. The one that's the most affordable. That's why I got it.
Okay.
But I have a batch 8, and that one's supposed to be really good too.
I think that's the one that Narby was saying has 40-year-old whiskey in it.
Yeah, Narby likes batch 3 the best, and then I think batch 8.
Okay.
And then the Pappy 23, which I gave 92.
Mm-hmm.
And then
and the other thing is too,
which I gave 92.
All right, but you tend to like bourbon and rye more than I do.
Yeah. Do I?
I think so.
I don't know.
I know you lean more towards Scotch.
Yeah.
But you like bourbons and rye more than I do.
Okay, well here's the thing. Like
you seek them out more than I will.
Okay, sure. But I think there's a limit for how like good a bourbon can get.
Yeah.
Whereas the limit for Scotch is like, sky's the limit.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, so we're like, I just mean more towards like, if there's a epic bourbon out there, you won't mind spending a little bit more to get it. Whereas I'll be like, if I can get it at retail, I will. If not, I won't get it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not for spending secondary prices on bourbons because I don't think they're worth it.
Yeah.
I've just been lucky in the raffles that I've played to hit them.
The raffles definitely help.
The raffles, yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any of those bottles.
I'm going to give myself a little bit more of this. You want a little bit more?
I still got lots in here. Look at that.
I was probably maybe a little bit more generous with yours.
I think what I'm going to do, no, okay, I'm not going to do that.
This bottle's awesome. I don't know if it's the exact same as the 25-year-old bottle. It looks very similar.
I think it's the same.
The box is slightly nicer.
Yeah. Well, what are you guys drinking tonight? What do you guys got going on? I don't know if we've...
Marco saying save me some.
Steve A saying Classic 2018 is delicious. Steve, you like it better than 2017?
I haven't met anybody that likes the 17 better than the 18.
See, when I did the review on my channel, most people were like, yeah, I like the 18. And then there was a couple people that said they liked the 17. And one person said they liked the 17 like way more.
You know what it is? There's people that look at the number and they're like, man, well, I could have had way more whiskey.
The ABV.
Yeah, the ABV is like...
See, now, I kind of made the point that maybe they use a little bit older whiskey and then water that down to justify like the same price point.
I think that's what happened.
Some people disagreed.
Because they're not, neither of them are cask strength.
No.
So, John Belushi saying that he's drinking some boring bourbon right now. Brian Page is E.H. Taylor single barrel. Tom R is drinking Glenlivet 18.
I haven't had a Glenlivet 18 in a while.
That was like one of my first
It was one of my first ones that I loved, yeah.
I considered that a big buy back in the day.
Yeah.
$120 or whatever it was, $100.
It was like 100 and now it's like
170, 150.
Yeah. Almost doubled in price in like 4 years.
We got Mike in the house saying that, hey Rob, for Thanksgiving in the US, I enjoyed Laird's 7.5-year-old old apple brandy after dinner. Interesting.
Oh, nice.
Apple brandy. I want to try that. Joe is drinking E.H. Taylor as well, but the small batch. Steve A, I'm not sure if I've had the 2017 Classic Cut. I poured at a bar a couple weeks ago, but I don't know what year. All right, cool. Moose 76. So a few of the guys that were hiding in the mist are coming out with their... So Moose 76 is drinking Knob Creek Rye.
They're coming out with the cask strength version in Ontario soon.
Nice. That I'd be interested to try.
Knob Creek Rye was good. Cask strength, I'm sure, is really nice as well.
Glenlivet 18 is one of those ones that I haven't actually reviewed on my channel. Before I started my channel, I probably went through like 3 bottles of it.
Yeah, it's good.
I loved it. I did a head of the Glenlivet 18. Yeah. And Glenlivet 18 destroyed it for me. I don't know. I just loved it.
See, I think I got like a little more sherry influence in the Glenfiddich.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I liked it a bit more.
I think I was a numbers guy back in the day too, because I think the Glenfiddich comes in at 40%. Yeah. So yeah. Anybody else try this yet?
No one that I know. Is there a review on? Is there any YouTube reviews?
There's
of this?
no YouTube review on Glengoyne 30-year-old.
Right.
Yeah.
And the only person who probably would have done it would have been Malt Reviews or Horst.
Or Horst.
Or Whisky.com.
Once in a while, the Scotch Test Dummies.
Scotch Test Dummies find a nice bottle here and there.
Yeah. Man, the nose on this though. Holy smokes. So we're nearing the 1 hour mark. I'm enjoying this, so we can stick around for a little while longer. The Scotch for Dummies don't go live until 10 o'clock, so hopefully you guys keep pouring your glasses until 11 o'clock because they usually do the hour. Actually, and then after that will be Telix. So check him out as well. He's a cool guy.
You know what we need to do is drink more Japanese whiskey.
Yeah.
It's just so much money.
It's just too much money. So you tried the Yamazaki 18.
Yeah. So Toronto Whiskey Society had their annual Heels party where everyone like brings, like a quarter, an eighth of a bottle or whatever you have left. And yeah, someone brought the Yamazaki 18. And you should have seen the rush to get to that bottle. It was crazy. I got about 13 or 14 drops of it.
Really?
It was like literally just the end of the bottle. Just like poured it. I mean, it was like half of that. But you get every single fruit you could possibly think of with that whiskey. Every fruit, from tropical to freaking citrus to everything.
When I first started the channel, I almost pulled the trigger on one. It was 300 American. I was like, that's too much money.
Yeah.
But now
that's a good price.
It's like 600 American.
Yeah, $550 US. Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, so Telix is going to be on at 11 o'clock, guys. If you guys are not familiar with Telix, check out his channel. Really cool guy. He's got a great collection in the background of like Lafroigs and Ardbegs and Springbanks. Like he's just got like some really cool stuff. But holy smokes, man, this is good. That's Crazy's in the house. There he goes. Swami unblocked him.
Oh, thanks for joining us. Now that you're not
Glengoyne 30 is Swami's next purchase.
Do it.
James McIntyre. Anyone had Glenfiddich 30? I have not.
Oh, Swami saying he had the 18 a month ago. At Julienne's house.
Which one?
The Yamazaki, I think, is what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Swami, what did you think?
Julienne has some pretty gangster whiskeys.
Yeah. That Bowmore that they reviewed together.
The 26-year-old, 23-year-old port. I want to try that.
I bet you that was.
I didn't realize that was cask strength.
I didn't realize that either. But I know it's a lot more than the 25-year-old.
Yeah. Well, here it's like $700.
Oh man. A lot.
Steve A. Thanks, Loch Ness and Whiskey in the Six, a new subscription setup. We'll have this one. That's for these. Usually, okay. All right, buddy. It's all good. So, if I give away a sample of this, will you ship it out for me? Because if I don't pass it over to you to ship out, it's never gonna get shipped.
So now I'm your secretary. Okay. Yes, I will do it. If obviously I'm not going to say no and then deprive these people of their chance to win a sample of this amazing whiskey.
All right. So I gotta think of a good question.
That's crazy asking if this is worth the price.
No whiskey is worth $1,000. I probably agree with that. Like, what whiskey is worth $1,000 compared to what I've tasted? Man,
I think
this is the best nosing whiskey I've ever had, in my opinion. Okay, like best nosing. I can't stop smelling this whiskey. I don't know.
It's like you put a value on a whiskey. Kind of depends where you are in drinking whiskey. I mean, for guys like Mike and Narby who spend a lot of money on whiskey, I would think that they would think that what they pay is justified because they're getting the experience that they've never gotten before from something that's like super, super unique.
Well, and Narby and I spoke about this exact topic the other night, and we were just kind of going over like, it's amazing how quickly you become desensitized to a cost of a bottle.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I first started drinking scotch, I was like splurging when I bought a Glenlivet 18-year-old. I would like hide the receipt from my wife.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I thought that was a lot of money.
Right.
Now I'm like, that's like.
Right, because you're used to buying, mixing whiskey that's $30 a bottle, and you drink it, and that's what you did, and then you discover how good sipping scotch is, and then you're like, well, now I need to know everything about it and try everything. And next thing you know, you're eating peanut butter sandwiches for the rest of your life because you can't afford good food anymore.
There's a video. I forget who did it, but it's 4 jars, 4 like mason jars labeled. One is like college fund for kids, mortgage, like something else. I don't know. Something else obviously very important, and then whiskey money. And like the guy's hand like skims over all 3.
It's like 1 penny in there, 1 penny in there, 1 penny in there, and then like 10 grand.
Yep.
I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever you think it is, right? Like, you want to pay money for something you've never had before, an experience you never tried before. So
Tamar said that I hide the whiskey receipts and my wife hides the receipts for the shoes. Honestly, we both learned to just turn a blind eye to that kind of stuff. You spend whatever you want, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's all in good fun. It's all in pursuit of finding the perfect whiskey.
Mm.
So.
Well, you said you're going to give away a sample, so you better do it.
Yeah. So Brian Page is saying that's so true. He used to spend $50 on a bourbon and say, like that's a lot of money kind of thing. And then now he pays $60 for a good bourbon, no problem, and say $80 for something like single malts at 100 at times.
Right.
So yeah, and it escalates and it escalates. And it's just human nature to want more and spend more and do more.
Well, one thing for us in Ontario, our prices here are crazy expensive. So like when I go down to the States, when I see prices that are half what we pay here, so I'll just buy this, and I do that over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, look how much money I saved compared to where if I bought it here or whatever. So
it's true.
That's another dangerous thing.
And then I'm guilty of it. Like sometimes I'll buy 3 of something at a good deal, 2 of something mostly, but sometimes like when I see something really good deal, I'll buy 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then a year later, people are asking, hey, what about that whiskey that you have, blah, blah, blah. Are you willing to part with it for X amount of dollars?
Right.
So I'll make a little bit of profit on that so that I can use that extra money and buy this bad boy back here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
absolutely. Like look at look at whiskeys that you purchased at retail price and now what they're worth. Like look at just Macallan Edition 1. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
6-7 times what you paid for it.
Yeah.
So then you can use that and trade it for something else.
Exactly. Like, is Macallan Edition 1 as good and worth as much as this? No way in hell.
Right.
In my opinion. No. It's great. It's fantastic, but it's not this good.
Right.
It shouldn't be the same price as that. They're the same price right now.
Yeah.
So Swami's saying that his wife spends about $300 a month just on hair. So, hey, we all have our vices.
You all have your things, right?
That's right. 250 that's crazy's limit for bottles, because I've seen you pull in some pretty crazy bottles, like no pun intended.
Candy sweetness and
right?
This is so good.
It's honestly, this is epic. So Nicholas, I'm gonna butcher his last name, so I'm not gonna even bother with it. But Nicholas P. Before I even read his comment, he bought the same bottle we are getting soon, the Mortlock. So when we open ours, Nicholas, you'll know, man.
Yeah, so looking forward to that.
So he's saying late in the game here, I'll have to watch the replay, but is it worth 2.5 bottles of the 25-year-old expression? I'm going to say this is a lot better than 25-year-old in my opinion. That's my opinion personally. I have a backup bottle of the 25-year-old. and I like this one better. I really do.
It's good. And I think when this thing gets some air in it, you're just going to get more. Like you're going to get more fruits and more sweetness, and
Yeah.
the complexity, I think, is just going to go up.
Yeah, and I mean, we're just at the neck of the bottle, and it's this good.
Yeah. Like just getting like those strawberries and like raspberries that are coming through. But I think you're gonna get more chocolate, you're gonna get more fudge, you're gonna get all that stuff.
Yeah, stuff that like you can kind of tell is on like the
Right.
on the background.
Yeah.
Like in the background, sorry. So Kevin Mayato saying 330 for the GM Balblair 1993 is the most I've purchased for a bottle so far. That's some epic whiskey as well.
That is worth that. That is 100%
Honestly,
worth the price.
I think after I get through a bunch of these, I'm going to be spending a lot of time 2019 on independent bottles.
It's all about independent bottles. Because most of the time, or a lot of the times, they're bottled at cask strength.
Yep. That the whole new line of G&M I want to try.
Yes.
Because I have not
really
tried a
good stuff.
bad G&M. Like both of these here, that Aberfeldy 1993, that Balblair 1993 that are back here, phenomenal. Just like crazy good stuff. I've had a bunch of others. G&M, man. The Linkwood, that 15-year-old, really good.
Yes.
There's a 1984 Linkwood Connoisseur's Choice from G&M that they just released that I need to get. Just because it's my birth year. No, what do you do? Gotta go back to this. The wife is back. Good.
Hi.
Hi. That was the most you guys have heard from my wife ever on this channel.
She should come in and do it live.
I've told her. She doesn't want to do it. Most expensive bottle I've paid is $260 for Old Polly 21.
That's also worth it. Old Polly 21 is good. I love the Polly 21.
Yeah, I like the 17 better.
No, you're crazy.
It's just I like the 17 a lot. Bourbon Professor saying got a Glenlivet 25 for my birthday. So my son, so I think this featured in my first overrated and overpriced. I could be wrong, but my son's birth, I bought the Glenlivet 25-year-old, and I've been waiting a long time to buy that bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Again, going back to like price back in the day, like $350 bottle. Now I'd be like done. You know what I mean? Like that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. It sounds retarded. Like it doesn't make any sense, but that's just that's what it's become. But back in the day, $350 like for me was crazy to spend on a bottle.
Mm.
And I did. And the way I share my bottles, like I had people coming over, and that's what I was pouring for everybody.
Right.
And like I still do that now, but like at least I have.
And we see how big in drams you pour, so you're very generous.
Yeah. But that bottle really disappointed me. No, I wonder what would happen if I tried it again now, though.
Yeah.
Because I never reviewed the Glenlivet 25. That was before I started my channel. It was like literally months before I started my channel. So Tony's in the house. What's up, buddy? And he's saying most I spent was $250 on Balblair 1990, opening in a few months. That's a great bottle. And if you got the LCBO version, then that's I think 26 years old.
The good thing about whiskey is there's so much good value whiskey out there that you'll never be short of finding bottles for $100 in the $100 price range.
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to shop in different areas, like if you're not just like stuck in Ontario.
Well, if you're in the States, you have it made, especially if you're in a state that allows like stuff to be shipped in, because you can buy from UK, you can buy from different states. There's only a couple that limit it. There's maybe like 6 or have an issue like bringing in outside alcohol, but
yeah. But then they can like drive over to another state and
Sure.
then it's like done.
Yeah, like California, Florida, both really good states for liquor prices.
Yeah, California. So, like I said, 60% of my viewership is American
Mhm.
from the US, and you can track this on like YouTube analytics. But like when I click the United States, a few of the states actually light up, and the rest are like if you scan over them, you get to see how many hours that state spends watching your channel. And I go over like number one, like California sticks out like a sore thumb, like it's
Right.
like the darkest by far.
Mhm.
And you go over it, and it's like almost 60%, if not more, of the actual like time spent watching my channel, which is crazy. I think. I
Well,
love it. I love that
it's a
support.
big state, and yeah, like I said, like you can buy whiskey for a good price there.
Yeah. So like a lot of people know what they're talking about in California.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy with the 5-finger discount. Who does he think he is? The South Florida Pete lovers? My boys from South Florida. New York State seems to love Swami. A lot of guys in New York watch my channel as well. The biggest ones are, so it's first California, then New York, then Texas, and then I think I forget. Can't remember. After Texas, it's all a blur.
I want to say Colorado might also have good liquor prices.
Yeah.
I'm just basing that on like websites that I've been to and where they're based from.
I can't believe how good.
You're in trouble.
Oh, it sounds like it.
Oh, come here.
What?
So Rob is getting scolded by his wife. Not sure what for. So anyway, I just entertain you guys. HP 25, yeah. HP 25, I found a good deal on that in Alberta for 400 Canadian dollars. And at that time, it was like the most expensive bottle I've ever bought. But now it's just like, it's gone up 50% at least. Yeah. Oh shit, the wife found the receipts, yeah. Well, you know what? She might have actually, because he just unboxed a bunch of stuff. And it's all downstairs, all open. Yamazaki 18, 990. That's insane. That must be at a store. I know, like, when I talk secondary prices, I'm talking like prices that people are actually buying the whiskey for. Sometimes a store will just throw up a stupid price tag on something just so they can have the bottle in a window or whatever. You know, I've seen like Pappy 23 in a store for like $2,600 US. And those bottles consistently sell in the secondary market for like 18 to 1900, give or take. I mean, it's all what you can afford, right? That's what Ralphie said. Don't go into debt for whiskey. Don't tell that to people who bought freaking Macallan Edition 1. John, no, I have a girlfriend. I'm not married. But my girlfriend's into whiskey too, so anything that I buy, she gets to drink it, so she's happy most of the time. And all you gotta do is just treat your girl right, you know. If you come home and say, oh, you know, we can't go out for a nice dinner, or we can't go to a concert, or we can't do this and can't do that because I just spent all my money on whiskey, then you're gonna have a problem. You gotta kind of balance it out a little bit.
All is good. Baby's not feeling well.
So your Father of the Year award is being revoked, or
No, so
okay, you're good.
actually what ended up happening was because like my daughter is still a baby, so my wife still nurses a little bit, so she went to nurse her, and then like I guess she like coughed up on it and like kind of spit up. So anyway, long story short is a false alarm. So
good.
All is good. She just got a little worried. That's all. But thanks for.
Well, everyone's like, "Oh, she found the receipts."
Manning the ship. This is good stuff, man.
Absolutely.
Just so easy drinking. Paulo was on his way to fill in. Oh, yeah. Sorry, man. All right. Well, we're at the 9:45 mark. The Scotch 4 Dummies will be going on in about 15 minutes. So I guess we'll do like what, 2 more minutes?
Did you see their Instagram today?
No.
Or their Facebook or their YouTube post or whatever?
I had a crazy day today.
They have every single Lord of the Rings bottle now. I know.
I want that.
I know. Jealous.
Yeah.
Although I think there's only, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see like what people's favorites are. Obviously, the Talisker and the Lagavulin would be the two that I would reach for first.
That okay. So like, and this is the thing is I wanted to do that. Like I wanted to do a video of that. Go like but it's impossible for us to get that stuff before like those guys because that stuff's all released in the U.S. way before it's released anywhere.
If we even get it in Ontario, which we may or may not.
Well, we might get some. We'll get like a handful of them. But I mean, that's just like easy views. Like you're gonna get 100,000 views on like all of those. You know? So
yeah.
Oh well, that's life. So I'm saying, Rob, how are you liking the Kilchoman PX? The one I have here is the wine cask. It's not the PX. I'm gonna buy the PX though because I tried it at a bar not that long ago and it was phenomenal. So
LCBO currently has that. Right?
They do, yeah.
They do, yeah.
The wine cask is very good. It opens up a little bit like with some water, but not as good as that PX one. And I think you had actually said that. So Steve A is saying Game of Thrones ? So there's a Diageo series of Talisker, Oban, Dalwhinnie, Lagavulin, and what else?
Cardew.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Whatever.
There's one for each like Game of Thrones house, and then there's one for the
Night's Watch.
Yeah. So there's what, 9?
I think so.
8 or 9. And
some of them are age stated, which.
Oh, did I say Lord of the Rings? Did I say Lord of the Rings instead of Game of Thrones?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Sometimes I get my fantasy mixed up.
We don't have my fantasy bookshelf anymore in the background.
Yeah, sorry. If I said Lord of the Rings, I meant Game of Thrones.
Oh, Royal Lochnagar is one of them. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. That's gonna be epic. I mean, there's got to be at least 4 really, really good ones in that batch.
Yeah.
I heard terrible things about the White Walker.
Yeah, I'm not interested in the White Walker.
I'm gonna grab it just as like a shelf decoration. I think. I don't actually think I'll open it. I don't know. I've heard too many bad things about it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's just seems like a young blend of. Although it's got it's mostly Kleinleach, I thought.
I don't know. I've heard terrible things.
Yeah, I like Kleinleach, but
yeah. If it's peated at all, it would be cool to make like cocktails out of it. Then if it's that bad.
Yeah.
Peated cocktails are great.
The Caledonian makes a really good Ardbeg Caesar.
That sounds cool.
Or Bloody Mary for our American friends.
Ah, right. Yeah.
But yeah, an Ardbeg and a Bloody Mary / Caesar. Really, really good.
Yeah. Get a red instead, Rob. What is he talking about?
Red Label.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying.
Now, I had a conversation with someone at work today about Johnny Walker Red Label. I said I could drink it. What do you think about Red Label?
I like it. I like it. Like if I'm at a wedding or something
That's
like
right.
that,
That's what I was
I'd
saying.
choose that over like, I don't know,
I'd choose it over
Glenlivet
like
12, Glenlivet 12 or
sure,
something like that.
or even like other blended Scotch like Teachers, Bells.
Oh, absolutely. That's like hands down.
Like Chivas. I would drink it over any of those.
Over Chivas 12?
No, the regular Chivas.
Yeah.
The NAS Chivas.
Yeah. So Steve A is saying Singleton Glendulin Distillery Select is the last one.
Okay.
Okay, interesting.
So like the more unknown Diageo ones, I'm assuming that a lot of those are just whiskey producers for blends, because I haven't really heard of that one before.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Brian Page is saying that he can drink Johnny Green, but that's the only one he really enjoys. That's the only blended malt of the series, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Now, I like the Black Label. My dad has a Johnny Walker Black Label, like a huge 1.75 liter that he's had since the 90s. And every time I go to his place, I drink it. It's completely different. Well, not completely different, but it's different than the Johnny Walker Black of now. And you can definitely notice a difference. A lot smoother, a lot richer.
Yeah.
And he's had it open for 20-ish years, 25 years almost. Were you going to give away a sample? You said you were going to, and then I was like, you should give it away. And then
I'm going to give away a sample. So, for those of you that watch my channel on a regular basis, I did a Whiskey After the Thrones episode. The Whiskey After the Thrones episode featured a shirt that I made personally that featured a quote on the shirt from Game of Thrones. What was that quote?
Get into the archives and look it up. It's not this though.
It's not that one.
That's so good.
And while we're on the topic, I will be doing. It's not winter is coming, guys.
Good guess.
I will be doing a Whiskey After the Thrones following every episode of season 8. So if you're not looking for spoilers, you've come to the wrong place. You knew I was going there before I even said it.
Is that it? I don't think that's it.
No. It's gonna be a tough one.
It's a tough one. You guys better go back in the archive and look it up.
Yeah.
Better hurry.
It's a cool shirt. I was looking at it the other day. I'm like, man, if it didn't have an armpit hole, I would like totally still rock this.
Hatchet.
Yes, John Belushi got it. So it's the Leave One Wolf Alive, technically. I'll just give it to him though. Because that's a tough one. Leave one wolf alive and the sheep are never safe. That was the quote.
Cool.
So yeah, he's got it. Leave one wolf alive.
Congratulations, John.
Okay, John Belushi, email me your name, address, and so on and so forth. And Jeremy over here is gonna send you.
Email it to me.
That's true. So should we put the email address in here? Sippers. Oops.
Peabot says I need to top up. I've already had 2 pours. You know what? I gotta go play soccer. I have a soccer game tonight at 11 o'clock. Can you believe that? An 11 o'clock start for a freaking rec soccer game.
That's crazy, dog.
Yeah.
Sipper Social Club like that at gmail.com.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, John. Congrats, buddy. That's a pretty interesting one. I think you're gonna enjoy it.
Well,
He's excited. I'll copy this.
now everyone can send you a sample. Send John a sample of something. There's his address.
Enjoy a copy. All right. We'll get it to you, buddy. 11 p.m. soccer game. That's crazy.
It is crazy. I know. It is crazy.
All right, guys. Well, that's that then. These Scotch 4 dummies will be on in 8 minutes with the entire lineup.
Well, I'm not sure they're doing it. I just saw that that's what they like. They had it. They have it. I'm not sure that's their live.
I don't know if they have the entire, because I know they did the review on the Lannister Talisker. Was it the Talisker that they had?
It was either okay. Well, I saw it today. It was either Instagram or it was a YouTube like post or something. But they had the entire lineup. I saw it.
Well, I want that entire lineup. So if anybody out there can acquire that entire lineup and hook us up with it, we will be happy to, or I will be happy to pay for each of those bottles, pay for the shipping, and pay for your time. So let me know. If you guys are able to do that, email me at whiskyinthesix@gmail.com. All right. You guys are all awesome. Thank you to all 40 of you that stuck around. This was some awesome stuff. What'd you think?
I mean, it's gonna be tough to beat that whiskey, I think.
Yeah, it's not good. I don't know. Anyway, reviews are coming shortly. If not, I don't know how much time he has left, but
I probably got to roll soon, but
yeah,
we'll do it.
Yeah, I think we could do it.
Yeah.
So look to the. I don't know when we're gonna post that though.
In the future.
Yeah, we'll post it, but we're gonna get it done soon.
Yeah.
Just because I think it's a good idea. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Check this guy out at Sippers Social Club on YouTube and Instagram.
Yep.
And you guys can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You guys can also, yeah, that's it. All right. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers, guys.